historically, and so throwing ideas off Todd and introducing Todd to this music that like I've been listening to since I was a kid, and he's hearing some of this stuff for the first time is a lot of fun. But a lot of it, yeah, like Sam and Grady were saying, it's just about, we kind of dive into more, not necessarily obscure, but maybe some deeper cuts of bands that we like, or we find just something that we hadn't heard before, and then just taking some inspiration from that. But at the end of the day, it's just about, we have a sound that we're trying to create. We take influence where we do, and it's just part of the fun of creating.
That's great, man. All right, the next question. On January 9th, you put out your self-titled debut album, Black Patch Revival. What can you tell new listeners watching about this new album? Are there any overarching themes? Like, how was the recording process different from what you did in the past? Just like anything you want to talk about the new album. Why do you guys like it?
We recorded that last September? Yeah. September at Paducah Beer Works, live in front of a crowd.
Quickest record I think any of us had ever been a part of. We did the whole thing in one take, and it was like an hour 15 minutes. We had a whole record.
We had spent a lot of time talking about making a record and recording, and we kept coming back to the same thing. It's just like whatever we do, we want to capture how we sound live. And we were talking about how we could make adjustments in the studio. And finally, I think it was Sam, it was just like, why don't we just record it live and go from there? And, and that's you take a big risk when you do that, because, what you play is what's recorded, and you can't really go back and redo stuff. And
we were just on that night.
But it was great. We had a warm-up show the day before on Live Lunch at WKMS, which went really well.
Yeah, it was great.
And then we had a fantastic crowd behind us the night that we recorded, and like what you hear on the record, that's what it was, and we're proud of it.
One of the things I didn't think about when we recorded the live album was that not a lot of bands put new music on live albums, for a reason, because like the first release of any song is the release that people know, and that's the only release a lot of people are going to know. And if you screw that up live, now that's the song, and it's forever the song. Also, like, screw up one song, and you're like, well, maybe we'll just leave that song off the album. Okay, you can get away with that. But if you screw up two songs, now you got to leave two songs off the album. Now do you have an album? So the risks, I don't think we really thought through what all the risks were. We just thought it was risky. It seemed risky at the time, but I don't think we really thought through like what the stakes actually were until after it was all over. But we pulled it off, and I couldn't possibly be happy with how the album turned out.
Yeah, that's good. For the next question, you picked Starshot to be sorry, let me start over. Out of all 13 songs on this debut album, you guys picked out Starshot to be the one that you submitted to WKMS. So why that song in particular? Did you submit that to WKMS? What was special about that song that you wanted that to represent you in Battle of the Bands and to WKMS?
I think the easy answer to that is that it was our second single that we released prior to the album releasing. So it kind of just made sense to make that the song we submitted. It's a song that the most people were listening to already on Spotify at that time. So at least some people would already be familiar with the material.
Fair enough.
But I think the deeper answer for me is that I love Starshot. It's one of my favorite songs on the album. And that's because it starts off kind of slow and groovy, and like it's got a pocket to it. It's got a little bit of funk to it, and then there's a very distinct gear change in the middle of the song that takes it into just a hard rock wall of sound. headbanger. So, and it goes that way all the way to the end, pedal to the metal. So it really just kind of defines in one song what Black Patch Revival is to me.
Yeah, I mean, going off what Grady said, like, I think as far as everything off that record, if you were going to pick one to get the award for, like, most interesting, listen, it would be that one just because it's such a dynamic song and the tempo, feel change is, like, present in it. But it's not like a jarring thing, it kind of blooms into that gear change, and it just, to me, like, I feel like it's a song that when you put it on, if you hang on to it as a listener, like, you go on a ride, and it's a pretty fun thing.
Jason has nothing to say.
His silence.
It's a great song.
Jason said we picked it because it's the only song that didn't have a swear word.
It's a great song, and it's got Todd's favorite hook in the middle. So
we did.
No, it's not. It's a good
It's
song.
a rocker, for sure.
Yeah, that really, I think it just shows what we can do.
Yeah.
It's a good example.
Nice. And then finally, on March 26th at 7 p.m., I'm sure I'll have to correct that in editing if I'm wrong, you'll be competing against 3 other bands at Robert E. Johnson Theater. What about your show do you believe is going to set you apart from the others at the show?
I think, first off, I think it's going to be an awesome night. Every band that made the finals, actually all the bands that were in the contest to begin with are fantastic. And just south of Antarctica, King Kaiju, Simone and the Sound, I mean, it's going to be a night because everybody's going to bring it. I've been on a chat group with all the drummers from the other bands, and we're all excited, and it's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait, but I think as far as us, we're going to get up there, we're going to do what we do, which is play really loud and really hard, and have a good time doing it. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I mean, I think, like, going off of that, like, at the end of the day, it is a competition, but, we're all friends up there, and, it's cool to be able to play this music in, like, some cool old 70s looking theater and stuff where I think this type of music really blooms, which if we did have an advantage, that would be something that would help us, high ceilings that won't punish people as hard. But no, I would say if we did have an advantage on top of that, I would go with the fact that, in this area, for the type of music we play, like, there's nobody else doing it. If you like that old school rock that, like, your grandparents, your parents, listen to, you love vinyl records and old flea markets and all that stuff like that, like, and you want to see people doing it, making new stuff in that style, you're going to dig what we do, because we have fun doing it, and it's exciting, and I think we do it pretty dang well. So.
Yeah, I think the only thing I would add to that is that, we all genuinely love the music that we do. And, just, it's going to be an honor and a privilege to play it at Battle of the Bands Final. Sorry about that. Yeah, and we're all friends at the end of the day with all the bands. And music isn't necessarily a competition, even though this competition has been built around the music. So it's really just an opportunity to play music with our friends and show each other what we've written.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's just another show. It's another show with, a little extra sprinkle and cherry on it. But, at the end of the day, it's just another place we're going to play and do our thing and have a blast.
Yeah.
So.
And one of the great things about this area, Western Kentucky, is all the bands know each other. We're all friends. We all support each other, and the level of support around this area is second to none.
I'll probably going to hang out after anyway.
Yeah, exactly. So it's, yes, it's a competition, but it's going to be a friendly competition. Yes, we all want to win, and we're all competitive. But at the end of the day, yeah, we're going to book shows with each other, the next weekend or the weekend after, sometime soon. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I hope everybody comes out and supports.
You should vote for us.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because it's okay. We were the first band you reached out to, right?
No.
Unironically, it might you guys might have been the first I reached out to.
There you go.
What's your Venmo? That's the real question.
All right. Well, thank you guys for doing this interview with us. It's been really great talking with you guys, and it's made me even more excited to go with Misa to Battle of the Bands and help out. Yeah.
Well, appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you for reaching out. Happy to do it.
Yeah.
Thanks, everyone.
All right. I will see you guys on March 26th.
Sounds great. Thank you.
Thank you very much.